Hey everybody, this is Corey from Just Another Mom, your parenting and lifestyle blog, and I just wanted to talk to you today about a common problem that a lot of us face, and that's how to wipe out our debt. One, I'm going to talk to you today about 3 strategies to do that, and although they might seem a little bit simple, it's pretty much the same concept of, pretty much avoiding getting into debt in the first place. And one of the top ways to do that is to start paying cash with everything from the beginning by using a system like a cash envelope where you set aside a certain amount of cash for each day or maybe for each month to pay for things like groceries and gas and for utilities. Another way to avoid getting into debt in the first place is to avoid taking out credit cards, because credit cards, as most of us know, are very tempting to use, and before we know it, we'll start charging just about everything to our credit card and start accumulating these huge bills with a high interest rate. And if you aren't careful with your credit cards, you're going to find yourself paying off your credit card with another credit card, which is something you really do want to avoid, because then you have 2 bills for credit cards most of the time with a high interest rate that you'll be having to pay off. So my advice for credit cards is to avoid getting into them in the first place, but if you do, try to pay your bills on time, pay more than the minimum monthly amount due, and then once you have paid off these credit cards, don't use them for a while, shred them up, do whatever you can to avoid using them, or just use them for emergencies. Another way to avoid getting into debt in the first place is to, with your bills and things like that, pay more than your minimum amount. Because when you're doing that, you don't have to worry about scraping together your money or missing a deadline or calling a creditor or having to deal with a loan or an extension or a higher interest rate in the long run. So those are 3 tips for how to avoid getting into debt in the first place, and hopefully in the process make it easier for you to wipe out your debt. If you need any more resources, please feel free to visit my blog, www.justanothermom.net. I have the link for you right down in the Read More section, and I look forward to talking to you again.